you knew that he would be the center of media attention for the whole couple days that they were there, but I was kind of stunned by that fans. I mean, it seemed organic, unless there was some underground situation we didn't know about organizing this thing. For fans to organize that chant kind of on the spot there, they want the guy to come say it just tells me how engaged fans are in general about this whole thing. This guy has become kind of the face of baseball in a lot of ways. And I think I call it Ohtani mania. That's coming because now this thing's just going to continue to build and build. Maybe some of the trading deadline, I don't think they'll trade him, but as he gets to free agency, man, this thing is going to take over. Here and everywhere else.
We had the summer of LeBron. We are gearing up for the winter of Ohtani. Hart mentioned the possibility of trading him. Andy, could the Mets realistically consider trading for him before the deadline?
I don't think so. And I think this is a bit of a gut check question, I think, Eamon, on what I think of the Mets. Because I've been saying, and thinking, yeah, they're so talented, they could still get it together, da-da-da. And when it comes down to, okay, gut check, would you trade half the farm system for half a season of Ohtani? It's I don't think that puts them over the top this year. It doesn't. The Mets aren't good enough for one player, even if he's two players. And even if, by the way, it's not a reach to call him the greatest player in the history of baseball because no one's ever done what he's doing at the same time. As much as that sounds like hyperbole, it actually isn't. So I guess what I'm saying is that the greatest player in the history of baseball can't save the 2023 Mets. That's my feeling. And I think if you gave them truth serum...
Yeah, but especially because you can wait and just spend the money. You can't give away half your farm system if you can just wait.
I would be surprised if the Mets believed that they had much of a shot to sign Ohtani because I'm just speculating here, but Epler he knows him he signed him the first time.
Right.
And he knows that Ohtani's finalists, there were no East Coast teams in that list of finalists. The furthest East team was the Chicago Cubs. I would be surprised if the Mets thought they had a realistic chance of even giving Ohtani $500-600 million to come east.
The last time I checked, the Yankees were still on the East Coast as well, Brian. So how do you see the Yankees fitting into him if he does indeed become a free agent?
I don't, and Andy just stole my answer here because I've lived this before. There was a whole period of time where the Yankees were the favorite, and they've been scouting him for years and years, and they flew over to Japan and just to meet him and watch him play, and they said, well, Ohtani to the Yankees, that's going to be an absolute lock. And I was there the day Brian Cashman was dangling off the building in Stamford, Connecticut, as the elf, as one of Santa's elves,
literally.
And the news broke that he's not coming to the Yankees, and they were crushed, and but they were the favorites there. What's that?
Well, 2 days later, they trade for Stanton.
For Giancarlo Stanton. They pivoted to that. I think that they don't have the prospect capital to do it, I don't think, at this point. And even if you did, it would be as a rental player because I'm not sure they can extend him. They've already gotten these huge contracts.
Well, I talked this week to GMs of some teams that would be in on him if he were available, and they don't know yet what the Angels are going to do. The Angels haven't put out word yet. There was a sense at the beginning of the season, especially when they were playing well, that no way, no how, Ohtani's not getting traded this year. Now there's a sense, Perry Manesi and the GM, his competitors, his colleagues in the sport believe that if he had what he wanted, he would trade Ohtani. That's the baseball operations move, right? Restock the cupboard. Sure. We're not going to re-sign him. So then it depends on a mercurial owner. Everything you've always heard about Moreno from a lot of different people is that he's unpredictable, he's emotional. You don't know exactly what he's going to think on something from one day to the next, so it's very hard to predict. But it seems to be getting a little more realistic that he could be at least dangled or shopped over the next couple of weeks than it seemed a few weeks before.